All right, boys, I have an anecdote for you. An anecdote. You know what an anecdote is?
I don't know what an anecdote is.
Okay, here's my anecdote, okay? So, we're in college now, and we don't know anyone really here.
Mm-hmm.
So, but everyone knows Willem, right?
Yep.
And he sticks out like a sore thumb when he's like in public, right? Because he has red hair.
Mm-hmm.
And I've noticed that I've seen him way more often than I'd think I would. Like when he's like, I'm gonna go do this, and then I see him like around because he like sticks out.
Yep.
So, and that also applies with cars, right? So like let's say like Lindsay Gear, for example, who went to our high school, she had a blue Jeep. Yeah.
Yep.
And so every time I would see a blue Jeep, I would be like, is that Lindsay? Because she always talked about her fucking blue Jeep.
Uh-huh.
And then I would look into the car and I'd be like, oh, that is her. And I would see her like more often than possible. So my point is, do you think that like, wouldn't it be interesting if like you were driving and then like you see a car, but you probably have driven past that exact same car like a billion times, right? And you just didn't know because it's not memorable, right? Or like the same kid at our school, like you see like you walk past him, you don't think about anything, but like you might have walked past him and not realized you walked past him like 5 times that day.
I have noticed that as well. There's one kid with a mullet that goes here. I don't know his name. I don't know like what his major is. I don't know where he lives. I don't know nothing about this kid other than he has a mullet, and I have seen him no less than like 50 times probably.
Exactly,
It is
bro.
insane.
I literally will see someone's dad that I know, and he'll drive a Lexus, and I'll be like, oh, that's him, and I'll see him like twice a week.
Mm-hmm.
And when we lived in our town, but
Not anymore.
Not anymore, obviously.
I would see Ben like 50 times a week, but he lives next door. But he
Oh, yeah,
did have
Teglin
a
has
very
this-
recognizable Jeep as well.
Exactly. I saw him I was driving past, like on a street where I was on Arnie's street, and I was like, oh, there's Arnie's house, and I saw Teglin parked out there, and I was like, oh, I wonder what Teglin's doing at Arnie's house, because he has a very noticeable like car, the Daryl.
Thing's older than I am. Couldn't bring it to college. Super pissed about it. Not gonna lie.
Why couldn't you bring it to college?
Well, because if it breaks down here, it's staying here.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's just one more thing you got to worry about.
Yeah.
Well, like I don't know, my roommate, his car's parked like 4 miles. He has to take the bus to get to his car.
Oh yeah, that's kind
Sounds
of what
like
I.
Lukas.
Yeah. I had to have Demlo pick me up at where my car was parked when we went to that movie.
Jesus Christ.
Because I didn't want to have to walk 15 minutes in the dark at like 11:30.
That makes sense.
Yeah. It's a good thing I'm not like a woman, because
Yeah.
yeah, because otherwise, that would be way more risky for me to walk in the night, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You probably would have planned ahead a little more though and thought about it.
Yeah, true. Probably would have like some sort of defense mechanism in my
A contingency plan.
Yeah. If you
Yeah.
think about it, any like normal woman has more like self-defense things than I could do.
Yeah, I mean, I got thunder and lightning, my right and left arms. But
Yeah. I have no self-defense at all. Like even like my physical strength isn't like enough to stop someone.
I kind of wonder what I would do like in that situation. Like, I mean, obviously everyone thinks they're gonna like be like super macho and like punch a guy in the
Yeah.
face, but I mean,
Probably get beat up, honestly.
I'd probably get my ass whooped.
Like
by
if you
somebody
were
who's,
with
like,
someone?
No. Like,
Or if, like,
if I
someone
was just,
was,
like
like-
someone like tried to attack me, like that situation has probably ran through everyone's head like a
Yeah.
million times.
I mean, I feel like if they're going to attack you for no reason, like to rob you, they would have like a knife or something.
Yeah,
Because they're not just going to beat you up. Because otherwise, I just run.
yeah, but I'm kind of slow, so like,
Yeah. I feel like if I need to run away from someone, I can run to a point where,
fast enough to where it would be
People
annoying
would-
to chase you.
yeah, or like it wouldn't be worth it, or people would see that someone was chasing me, and then I'd get like help or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Well, Ben says he's slow, but his mile time is insane.
What?
I was booing.
I'm good at sprints, but he'll beat me in a mile any single day.
What's your mile time?
Best all time was our sophomore year.
Uh-huh.
We had that right away in the fall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 6:14.
Yep, you've already got me beat when you say 6.
I was flying. Don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Built for the long haul, baby.
I got like, I think my best is like 7:30 or something like that.
Yeah, I thought I was pretty good at like 6:50, 6:40, but no,
Yeah.
apparently not.
That was fine. Simon gets like 5:50 something.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about Simon. Simon gets good in everything.
Yeah.
Simon
Simon
rips.
dominates.
Kid's terrible at fishing.
Is he?
Simon, if you're listening.
I want to do a fishing episode of the podcast where we all go fishing.
Me, Notch,
Yeah, me, you, Notch, and like Joe Weaverson or like
Nolan,
Yeah, Nolan.
Chubby Chaser Outdoors.
That would be so funny. Like, but that would be so pain because I would want to do like a video podcast. Because
Yeah.
otherwise, it'd be dumb if like it's an audio podcast of us fishing.
Like,
It's like
splashes
we
everywhere.
just have to take our word for it. Like, oh, we got one.
Yeah.
That'd be so funny. But then we'd have to like it would be like aids to record outside because we
Well,
need to like.
And it would like just suck because, I mean, there'd be probably, knowing me, there'd be a lot of time between fish.
Well, no, that's the funny. That's
Oh,
when
yeah,
you do the
yeah.
podcast.
And then you're like, oh shit.
Also, how does someone suck at fishing? Like, isn't it kind of just luck if something
No,
bites?
if I were to take you, I would catch more than you because you
I
can't.
don't think so.
Because you gotta have the technique of
You can't
pulling
cast.
it in.
Yeah, there is some technical stuff. Like once, I don't know. Like, if I were to go like try to fish a professional bass tournament, I would get obliterated.
Yeah.
Like, if that make I mean, so there is some skill to it because not any just schmuck can go out and catch them. But at the same time, I mean, I don't like consider it a sport really. Like some hardos think they're like, oh, it's a sport,
Yeah.
but no.
My
I mean,
uncle professionally bass fishes, so he
Yeah.
goes to like tournaments sometimes.
Well, it's like I think if you're doing the tournament, you can like consider it a sport. But like when I go out Sunday morning,
Yeah.
like that's not a sport. That's just me going fishing because I like doing it, not necessarily.
By the way, that anecdote I had at the beginning of the episode wasn't like I didn't think that was like interesting at all. I was just thinking about it, so I wasn't like I wasn't like trying to impress you guys with this amazing
Oh, no,
anecdote.
no.
I was like
Absolute genius.
I was like you guys, so. But if you were wondering, that wasn't stupid like on accident. That was stupid because I was like, this is dumb. Let me do the intro to the podcast as the stupid
The
like
cold
thought.
open.
Yeah.
Well, and like going back to that, it's also weird because we saw like Will's doppelganger too, and he was like standing next to me. Like, do you remember that?
Exactly.
We
Yeah,
were at
Willem
dinner.
is friends with someone. Okay, imagine like a Pokemon evolution. Willem is
literally,
the
I'm
first
not
evolution. This guy is the second evolution. And then, I shit you not, we were walking to dinner yesterday, and the third evolution comes out, and he starts talking to Willem. How
tall is he?
Dude, he was taller than the other guy.
The second
Like
guy.
7 foot
Yeah,
tall
and
or something?
he was had like a longboard, and his like hair, his red hair like draped down.
The second
It looked like
evolution.
Carrot Top.
Yeah, the second evolution was literally Willem, but like 5'11".
Yeah, literally Willem with like bigger hair and like taller
Yeah.
and like thicker.
Bigger corn fed.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was insane because like they were literally like standing, like Will was standing in front of him in line, so it just looked like
Exactly.
the caveman picture.
Exactly. The monkey.
you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. I
Oh
don't
my
know.
god. So how's your? So this is our first college episode,
Yeah, it's good.
and
time.
we all go to the same college, so I thought this would be an easier episode to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
UW Eau Claire. We
Yeah.
can say it.
Yeah, we can say it. Yeah, we can say it.
Roll golds, baby.
We're all blue golds,
Yeah,
boys.
who came up with that name, Blue Golds? Like,
I don't know.
terrible.
I don't
We
get
don't
that.
talk about it.
All respect to you, Chancellor Jim, if you're listening.
Chancellor
but-
Jim, I'm sorry, but that is not a good name.
Yeah.
I mean, San Bay is going to a college where they're like the Rats or something like that.
Ugh.
Not kidding.
Where's he? I thought he's going
Well,
to
it's like St. John's. But
St.
like-
John's. Yeah,
but they're
they're the
like,
Johnnies.
Yeah, but
The
their
Johnnies?
basketball team at least is like a rat or something like that.
I don't know.
That's
That's
what he was
terrible.
telling
Well, like
us.
St. Thomas too. It's like the Tommies and the Johnnies. Like that's fucking terrible.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
No college mascot is that good. Or like,
I did get a selfie with the mascot. though.
yeah, that was fucking sick. That was sick. We had like a big party the first night that the school threw at like one of the biggest buildings on the campus. We all did a bunch of random shit.
Got a bamboo plant.
Yeah, there was a huge line for like a bamboo plant. I don't get it.
I
Like that was one of the main attractions was like get a bamboo plant.
think it was just kind of for the meme, and so it was like on the second floor, right?
Yeah, and it's
And-
literally just bamboo.
Yeah, like the group of guys I was with, we like thought we were going to the back of the line, ended up in the very front.
Oh, so you cut in front of everyone?
Yeah, like
Did-
300 people.
Did anyone care?
No, I think because everyone else thought that was also
Wait,
the
how
end of
long?
the line.
How long of a line?
It was like wrapped around.
Oh, it was stupidly long.
Well, I got there like 5 minutes before it started, and I waited for like 10 people maybe.
That's
Yeah.
probably
So,
because
did
you
I-
went up the stairs and then went immediately into the door.
Yeah, basically.
Because I thought
So
that
cut
was
in front of people
you
too?
cut in front of everyone.
Wait,
as
so you
well.
guys
I'm fine
actually
with that.
wanted to get this bamboo?
Well, I mean, I was just like,
I'm
oh,
fine
screw
with
it.
it.
I'm like, yeah,
it's
might
free
as well.
stuff, so
Well, so you could have done literally anything. They had like
It was a
yard.
I
three-hour
already
party.
had
You had
free.
time.
I already had free food. I was mosh.
Okay.
I was mosh pitted out.
Oh, dude, I fucking can't stand those like dances. I'm sorry.
I like to just people watch.
Yeah, that's fair.
Um,
There's a good because we're like that building. There's like a big open like quote unquote stage where they were like doing a big dance thing. But then there's also a balcony where you could like on the second floor where you could like watch over at people. So we were playing. Me and some people were playing Uno and stuff. We were like looking over and watching people.
it's a good time.
Yeah.
Okay, what happened with the DJ? Because I heard he went crazy.
This is awesome. So I was expecting like it to be like high school where the DJ just kind of is like doesn't talk at all. But this guy was like, getting into it, and then someone requested just an absolutely terrible song. So naturally, everyone in the pit goes, "So change the song, change the song."
Yeah.
And I guess they did that like multiple times, and they were like getting on the stage. I'm assuming people were like pre-gaming this too.
Oh,
Yeah,
there were
absolutely.
some people that were pre-gaming.
100%. But the DJ's like, "Everyone shut the fuck up. Someone requested this shit. They want to listen to it."
They said that?
Yeah, the DJ said that.
That's fucking funny.
It was awesome. But yeah, so that was like kind of a shock for me. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. And they were playing like explicit songs too. I mean, it was kind
I
of
was so surprised by that.
It's kinda
Not-
sick.
Not that it should be unexpected, but just that, when you're used to high school DJs.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, they're
bit of
playing
a
Get
change.
Low.
Yeah.
Dude, I fucking hate. I hate dances so much.
Get Low. I live for that song.
I
dude.
hate dances so fucking much. It's so AIDS. There are literally two songs that are there's the fucking like two songs that are both like slide to the left.
Yeah, the Cupid
The
Shuffle,
Cupid Shuffle
and
and-
Tootsie Slide or whatever.
No. And then like the wait, what is the other song like? Slide to the left.
That's the Cupid Shuffle, isn't it?
No, and the
There are a
Cupid
couple,
Shuffle's to
though.
the left, to the left, to the left, to the left, to the right.
Oh,
And down, 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 down. Like there's that one, and then there's also slide to the left, and it's like the slow one.
take it back now, yo.
Exactly. They both suck. I hate that. And then
Yeah, I'm
they
not-
play the same ass songs, and everyone knows all the lyrics somehow. Everyone like studied like Taylor Swift 2012 songs
Okay,
before
I
the
like
fucking
those.
dance started.
But all the rap ones, I just don't like. I mean, some of them I know, but at the same time, some of them just like, you kind of like, you do the white boy dance where it's like elbows 90
Yeah.
degrees at your ribs and you just kind of bounce.
Yeah, and I hate that. I suck at. That's one of my biggest insecurities of all time. By the way, is dancing. So like our last day of psychology this year, we had like a dance, some sort of like fun day. I don't remember what it was, but one of the things we had to do was dance. It was like a dance off.
Yeah.
And they made us all do it. And someone who I was like close friends with at the time, or close to at the time, they commented on the fact that I didn't really try that hard on the dance. And then I said, well, that's because that's my biggest insecurity, so go fuck yourself.
I am terrible at dancing. I need to lead with that. But I got like some moves that are so bad that they're like funny. Like the pencil sharpener. Have I showed you? Yeah.
Not just like this,
Yeah, it's like
doing a pencil sharpening.
hand out in front of your hips,
Mm-hmm.
and you like crank behind your butt like
Oh,
a pencil
no.
sharpener. Yeah, it's a good move. Gets people going. Classic shopping cart, classic sprinkler. I can do the floss pretty good.
Oh,
Just
I mean,
rip
I
up-
can do
I
some
can fly.
dancing.
Yeah. Like all the Fortnite ones are just kind of. I mean, they're not funny, but
Yeah,
it's
you can
just
do the
kinda-
orange justice.
Yeah, like it's a good time.
No, I'm the same way, Ben. I can either just jump around, which is my
Exactly.
go-to,
Yeah.
or else I do the fisherman, I call it.
Yeah, the fisherman- yeah, the
Pretend
fisherman's
to
good
cast
too.
a rod,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
pull
I
your
do that.
partner
I do
back.
that. I do
That's
that.
a
I do
good
that.
one. Oh,
Well,
yeah.
the thing with dances is that usually people just end up jumping around.
Which
but
is fine. I can live with that.
whenever you have a dance, you're always at some fucking weird like a restaurant or someplace before that, and then you immediately go to the dance. So
You fill
you
up on
have
Olive
food
Garden
right in your
breadsticks or
stomach.
something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm always when we have to jump, I'm always like filled with food, and it's terrible.
I remember formal in like 8th grade.
Mm-hmm. Do
Um,
you remember when that epic that band?
the sliced apples?
The sliced apples. Yeah.
That was terrible.
What did you just say?
Ouch.
Just saying. Were you in the sliced apples?
Yeah, I'm one of the main members of the. I'm
Well,
one of the founding
didn't,
fathers.
JP just like steal the show?
Yeah, he ruined it.
Yeah. That's
So what
why it's
happened?
terrible.
For those of you who don't know, in 8th grade formal, me, and some people from the podcast you might know, Simon, Jonah, Jaffe, and Nathan Schindler, and also our friend Brady at the time. We all were in a boy band, and we literally went to choir an
A boy band
extra.
that existed for like a week, maybe.
Yeah, just for this. That's a
Yeah.
joke.
Which is a sick name, the Sliced Apples.
Yeah,
That's
the Sliced
dope,
Apples.
by the way.
We went to get an extra choir lesson to perform this song, which was
That's What Makes You Beautiful.
That's What Makes You Beautiful by One Direction. And if we did another one, we should have done that one, the main Backstreet Boys song.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Ain't nothing but I Want It That Way is what it's
Yeah,
called.
yeah.
Yeah.
We would have done that, I think.
That would have been funny.
But the thing is that Nathan Schindler is obviously the most musically talented out of all 6 of those people. So there's a part at the end of the song where there's like a solo that we determined that he was going to have. And since a lot of people didn't know that we were going to do this, they just thought that we like were doing it as a joke, and we like didn't practice it at all, or like we just did it because
Which is fair.
we thought of it during the dance, which is fair. But then Max Savage like comes up on stage and he's like trying to sing with us, and we're like, go away. And then Jaffe fucking takes over the solo, like the whole second verse he takes over. So we were kind of pissed at that. And then we all went to Applebee's without him after that, and we like kicked him out of the band and added Kyle Stoltz instead.
That taught him a lesson.
Yeah, that's how I'm sure he'll regret.
He is pissed about that.
I'm sure he totally remembers that happened even.
I don't even remember. The jumping thing. At, same dance. We could not go in 7th grade. Like me, like Sanquist, Carter, all those guys like couldn't go because we had a baseball game, which we lost by 10 runs.
Yeah.
So, like, my dad was the coach, so we made sure that he didn't schedule anything on that night for formal in 8th grade. And naturally, I procrastinated, didn't get any shoes. And the shoes I had to wear to the dance were, like, 2 sizes too small.
Yeah.
So, like, I had terrible blisters on both feet from that dance.
Yeah.
Like, I have scars, I think, on my feet from 8th grade formal because I was jumping in, like, hockey skates for 2 hours, basically.
And then, so then at prom, which was what I was going to try talking about, there was a point where they're playing Gangnam Style, which I was hyped for because at all these other dances, they always play these shitty songs. And I was like, I want to play Gangnam Style because Gangnam Style is a song that everyone knows.
Yep.
And everyone knows the dance to.
Yeah.
Because you just do like the... And Tommy Jensen is standing on the table. He gets on the table and starts doing the dance and right as the bass is about to drop, it's like the part where he's like, da da I da 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 da, and then he stops the music right as it happens and goes, "Get off the table, open Gundam Style." And then everyone that was so awesome.
Dude, were you there when Sanquist saved prom?
I was there when he said he saved prom. I wasn't there when he actually did.
He did. It was
I'll
pretty
give him credit
It was
there.
pretty electric. I'm not gonna lie.
So let's just let Sanquist think that he saved prom.
It was
What happened? Okay, he didn't save what.
he just
It wasn't fun after he did it, and it wasn't fun before.
No,
Basically, what
like-
Sanquist did was he put everyone's lives at risk.
yeah.
by
that is fair.
He just said we're not, because we're supposed to all be at our like individual tables.
Oh yeah.
So what he did was he just didn't do that, and then everyone followed suit.
But it was pretty funny. And then so he went. It was me, my date. I don't think she's been on the podcast.
Maybe.
Whatever. His date, who I don't think she is either. And Sanquist like rode up together.
Mhm.
And I was in like my dad's like F-150 Ford pickup trying to park in a parking garage, which
Yeah.
was that was a gong show. But so we like go to leave at like it was probably like 10:30.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, all right, Sanquist, like, time to go, dude. We're gonna leave. And he's like, okay, one more song. So like, whatever. Me and my date just like went out and just like waited for him in the lobby because I was sweating, and I just didn't want to like be all gross. And sure enough, we're waiting for like 10 minutes, and I like call Sanquist. He doesn't answer. I like call. I think he was by Carter. I text him. I'm like, where the heck is Sanquist? And eventually, he comes out of the bathroom. Right, classic Sanquist.
Yeah.
Poop probably.
Yeah.
And it looks like he had about 50 beers and was like going. He looked like a lawyer that like just got done with, like a court case.
Yeah.
He had like his suit jacket like over his
He looks
shoulder.
like- he looked like
he
a
was all
businessman-
sweaty. He
A
looked like,
businessman that just got fucking fired from his job because he showed up 2 hours late.
yeah, and like he had like 40 beers at the bar
Yeah.
after.
Yeah,
It was-
businessman who spends the night at a bar because he get too drunk after he got fired.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to go home to see his wife, and so he's just like all sweaty.
That's exactly what he looked like. Or I think I said, like, when it happened, I go, oh, dude, it looks like he just got divorced. But, like, so he comes out, and, I mean, you could tell the kid had just been working so hard at prom, because it was unbelievable. He was so sweaty.
He had a fun time.
It was fucking awesome.
Well, anyways, going back to the party, the Davies party, as they called it. So what else? So there was a bunch of shit to do there. There was a big room where people were playing Smash.
But like 4 people were there when I checked it.
Where people were in the room.
Yeah, there's no one doing it.
Well,
so
yeah.
I just passed it.
Here's the problem with that, and here's something I've noticed. All right, I was peeking in because I'm kind of I play Smash casually. I'm not like a hardcore nerd at Smash, but like I'll play it with my fucking 9-year-old brother.
But you'd get destroyed if you faced those guys, most likely.
Incorrect, actually. I was watching.
Really?
They're playing like 1v1v1v1. You can't do that. You have to play 1v1, otherwise it's not fair. Like, you can get just teamed on by 3 people. So.
Well, right, but then
or you can just hide
you
to the
line,
end.
Because you only get 2 people playing at a time when there are people waiting.
Right. But if like what you said, there was nobody in the room.
Yeah, that's true.
Basically, I don't know. But then I was watching. We after dinner sometimes we'll play pool because there's like pool in the building, and me, Tegland, and Arnie were playing pool today. And there's like a room where people can play like video games and stuff. There's like a bunch of nice like PCs and shit, but there's also a Switch. And people were playing Smash, and they sucked. And I was like, you guys are in like the esports room, and you guys are playing one of the biggest like games ever, and you guys like suck. It's like I would be embarrassed if I sucked that much to go into that room and play.
Well, if you look around campus, though, you got people playing volleyball, never played it before. People playing pool, never played it before.
True.
I am a way better athlete than I thought I was.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like a lot of people go to college and like get like a culture shock. Like, I guess I was. I mean, friends.
The fact that he got cut really makes him.
Yeah, I did. Okay, this is not cocky because I got cut from the baseball team, but like I was friends with, like, athletes like all throughout high school, right? Like, I mean, just because I played sports and like that's just naturally who you're friends with when you're on those teams. But I was playing bags with some people like before the football game.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the amount of grad parties I went to this year, I mean, I got kind of dirty at it, but like...
Oh, dude, I was so sick of fucking bags by the end of the summer. Because, like, that's the only thing that people have at their grad party is bags. Like, that's the only entertainment.
Or spike ball.
Yeah, I've still never played spike ball in my life.
Really?
They're all around college, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's play
like
sometimes. I don't even know how to play it. So, but, we went to the fucking county fair, and there was a random, like, the army recruiter had set up bags, and Arnie and fucking Sandquist and Carter were like, oh, let's play bags. It's like, you guys play bags every fucking weekend at a grad party, and you're gonna go to the county fair, and you're gonna play more bags? Like, bags is fun. It's like, oh my god.
Did I tell you about did you go to 10 grad parties with us in one day? Were you part of that group?
No, I was one of the grad parties you went to.
Oh, shit, yeah. So it was me, Simon, Doffing, Marcus, and Sandquist. And it was like June 10th or whatever. 12th, yeah. So there were like a shit pile of grad parties that day, and we went to like 4. We went to yours, Nate's, and then
mine. Okay.
Yeah. And we went to Nate's, and then we went to Hanson's, and like we went to a few in between, and we were at like 5. We're like, oh fuck it, let's get to 10. And over the course of that, we played a 7-game series.
Yeah, of bags.
Over the course of 10 grad parties. And that was like, towards the end of that, like, it was insane, the talent level. Even like Doffing, love you, Josh, but, historically not a great bags player, but even him at like, towards like, game 6 was sinking them. It was insane. I don't know. But like, these kids, like these, we're all the same age. We all have, we're all white kids from Minnesota or Wisconsin for the most part, like, from suburbia, like, we all should have about the same experience when it comes to grad parties. Like,
right.
You're telling me these people didn't play for 6 weeks?
Maybe Wisconsin, they play fucking...
Ladder golf?
That's exactly what I was just about to say, ladder golf.
Ladder golf. That game's sick, too.
Yeah, that game is fucking fun. What were we just talking about? We were talking about the Davies party. How did we get to bags?
Smash.
Come on, Smash.
Oh!
Because you're like an
because I was
above average Smash player.
Yeah, well, no, the thing is with Smash is that if I play any of you guys, obviously I would fucking destroy you. I went to Marcus' house, I played with all their friends, and they were like, oh, it's not even fair playing against Hanson. Okay, there is such like a fucking steady progressive progression curve when it comes to like it's like people that are bad at Smash, and then there's me, and then there's people that are insane at Smash. Like
whoever, yeah.
if you like are going to go and like my logic is like if you challenge someone to a game of Smash, then you're probably really good. Like if I played online Smash,
Yeah,
I would get obliterated because people who play online are like they know they're good, or like they at practice or whatever.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like if I play, I'll just play against my friends.
Yeah.
Or like Henry. Henry's my only like true opponent I can, because he plays more than any of my friends. So, and he plays as the cheapest characters and then uses the cheapest moves.
That's my brother with Madden.
Yeah.
He's like, or like, I guess my brother and Sankos, we're about like the same level. But if I go play like, has Mike been on the podcast? Milner's friend.
No, you can say his name though.
So Mike Gruhl is like disgusting at Madden.
Yeah.
Like so if I play him, I get like cockslapped.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how I am with tennis. I could probably beat anyone who doesn't play tennis, but anyone who does play tennis, I would get destroyed.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, so then there was a thing where you could paint. There's a thing where you could paint, and me and Willem painted portraits of each other. And here, I'll write the time down. I'll edit in the pictures of our paintings right now.
They're beautiful. I'll just say it.
Yeah, so I drew Willem and Willem drew me, so don't criticize my painting for looking like I don't paint myself to look like a woman. That's just how Willem does it. But so yeah, that people were fucking memeing about that.
Also, you wore a UWRF shirt to your first day of college. That
was the only shirt left in my rotation. Like I packed all my other shirts that like were decent.
How much did you pack?
Huh?
Like how many shirts did you pack? Like t-shirts.
Like that, all those hung up are t-shirts right there.
Okay.
So like, I probably packed like 20.
That's about what I did.
Yeah.
My roommate, insane. He packed like, I bet he has 40 shirts.
Oh yeah.
It's like, my dad was like, you only need like 6. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, people are that's gonna be nice. And my parents are like, yeah, you don't need to bring that many shirts. It's like, when I go to class and people are gonna be like, you were wearing that shirt last time in class. It's like, yeah, I only brought 6 shirts.
I don't think anyone like actually cares, but
yeah, no one really remembers that.
But like still, I mean, I just want to have more than 6 shirts.
Right. Yeah. Because then you have to do less laundry.
Yeah.
But Ben, why don't you tell us a little bit about your roommate, because that guy is an animal.
Okay, I need to start this by he is awesome, but he's also fucking insane and definitely has ADHD. I think it's self-diagnosed.
What if he listens to this?
Like I said, he's awesome. I love the kid. But, like, he is the most extroverted person. I would consider myself an extrovert.
Yeah.
Like, kind of an introvert until, like, you get to know me, and then I, like, whatever, come out of my shell.
That's exactly how I am. I'm so shitty with randomly meeting new people.
Yeah, I'm, terrible at small talk. But this guy is, like, organizing volleyball games, organizing spike ball. He's got this, like, 4-square volleyball net that's pretty sweet.
On day one.
Yeah, literally day one. And I'm like, so I moved in on Saturday, or last Saturday, and like I just kind of sat in my room on my phone, and like I filled my water bottle a bunch of times just because it was like something to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard about that.
Like literally, I was just like chugging water.
I mean, did you leave your door open for people to pop in?
Yeah, I left my door open, but like everyone else was in.
You did?
I like just kind of like crack. I didn't have it like fully
Oh
open.
fuck! My parents were saying, "Oh, do you?" I'm saying like how I don't know anyone in my dorm. And they're like, "Well, have you cracked your door open?"
You haven't?
No. Are you supposed to?
Yeah,
I was told to.
Yeah.
What? Oh, god damn it. Okay.
Anyway,
maybe I'll make some friends now that I'll crack
like,
my door open.
Made this life hack here.
Whatever Saturday night, I had like my door open, and just a bunch of like drunk people walked by, and they're like, "What's up?" I'm like, "Nothing much. How are you?" And they're like, they were just rambled incoherently for about 5 minutes. But that was a fun conversation. But so I like didn't do anything Saturday night, and then Sunday night rolls around, and like he like moves in, and then like just gets stuff going like as soon as his parents leave. I was like,
really?
Yeah. So I know like my entire floor is like kind of tight just because his
floor is pretty awesome, I'll admit.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I got a good floor. I'm literally though like if you walk in the door and you take a left, I'm the first room out of the lobby. Like it is, I have to walk like 30 feet to get out the door.
Dang.
Which I don't know if that sucks or is awesome.
So you're on the first floor?
First floor, like first room.
Oh, so you don't get a good view? No, just kidding.
No, people get a great view into my room though.
Yeah. Okay. So I probably peeked into your room many times because when I go by your dorm for lunch or dinner. I mean,
I like to have the window like open, but I also don't want people just looking at me in
True.
my room. So
Yeah,
it's like I have
exactly.
to have the blinds closed.
Same. So because there's
We don't have curtains either.
Well, my room is on the corner, right?
Yeah.
So like, let's say I'm sleeping on my bed, right?
Yeah.
There's a fucking lobby. There's like a lobby between that separates the girls' wing and the boys' wing. If you're sitting in that lobby, you can see only onto my bed if the light is on.
Also, where are your feet up?
My feet are on that side.
Okay, I'm the opposite. I have my head to the window, so
Yeah.
I can hear people like walking by too.
I would want my head to be on the window, but it's just the fact that if I have my fan on my desk, I can just lift it up and I don't have to unplug it and move
That's
it.
true.
I mean, Ben being on the first floor is pretty nice for like not carrying a fridge up 3 flights of stairs.
Oh my god.
We moved in one trip.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, dude, it was so annoying because fucking me and Willem were lifting the fridge up and he somehow cut his hand.
On the box?
No, on the fridge because I had this fridge in my basement since December
Okay.
because I got it for my birthday and or maybe I got it for Christmas.
I tried to get one at that school event they did where they're handing out free fridges.
Yeah, and then fucking
some
Becca
random
got
person
2 of them.
it.
Anyways, so first of all, I think we fucked up somehow. I think there might have been like ice or something in there because we were bringing the thing up the stairs and it was spilling water everywhere. Then Willem's hand starts bleeding. It gets all over the fucking floor of the dorms, and we're just like, oh no, everyone's gonna hate us because what if we like made the stairs all slippery and people. Anyways, it was fine. But Willem, my parents kind of prepared me, obviously. Like, they bought a ton of shit for me. But then also, we had the TV, the fridge, the futon, and all of these, like, game systems and shit, Apple TV, all that stuff already, like, extra from people that they're going to get rid of. And I'm just like, okay, that for college in, like, 2 years or whatever.
Yeah.
So I had that futon for, like, a year. I had this TV has been in our basement for 2 years not being used. So basically, I'm supplying all the shit. And Willem has just brought this rug, or this carpet.
Menard's carpet.
The fan and the microwave is what he brought, and he supplied for the room.
Contributed quite a bit, though.
Yeah, but it's not his fault. I mean,
You just had all the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's like, I feel bad for not... And it's like, well, I mean...
You have everything you need in them.
Yeah. It's kind of like how in group projects, when I edit the whole video, but I choose that.
Yeah, I
It's like-
felt so bad for the Renaissance one.
Yeah, but it's like, I wanted to edit all of that.
Yeah.
Because then because
Well, like-
I like having control over the edits.
I'm also not gonna edit it. Like, I'm not gonna volunteer to do it because if I did, it'd be fucking terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. The Renaissance Project editing that was before I knew, like, okay, here, I'll do like a little aside what's between talking about the roommate thing with Willem. When I edited that project, I was using iMovie on my phone, right?
Yep.
But I didn't know there's a thing you can do on iMovie where if you have a video in your camera roll, you can save just the audio to the video. Like, so you could save just the audio and use it in the video.
Oh, really?
So, like, for example, if I need when I'm editing the podcast and I need to, like, add an epic song to the beginning, and it's like previous on the Be Quiet podcast, and I had like fucking Mozart or something like that.
Yeah.
I'll just go on YouTube, screen record the song, and then put that. I didn't know that at the time. So what I was doing was I had my dad's phone, and I would say, like, you can record a voiceover, and I would time it exactly right to start the thing at the same time, and it would literally just be putting 2 speakers next to each other. If I breathed extra loud, it would have came in the video. Jeez. So I was doing all this scuffed shit. That was what I was doing with Loudmouth memes too. So it was all scuffed. And then I also, I was just doing it all on my phone in the basement at like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Like the night, like the edit was supposed to be due.
Hey.
But it turned out well, so. Anyways, what was this we were talking about with the...
Oh, Willem and the...
Oh, yeah, we're bringing all the shit up.
Well, real quick, Ben being on the first floor isn't all good, though, because yesterday I called him to play some basketball with some friends. I'm looking into his room at him when we call him.
Yeah.
We're like 5 feet away from him.
I wanted to, like, make an excuse.
Yeah, he definitely
Now,
didn't
yeah,
want to
you have
call
no
him,
excuses.
but-
Now I know. I literally will say, hey, meet
literally
outside. I literally sometimes will say, meet outside your dorm at 6, and it'll be 6, and I'm waiting out there for like 5 minutes. And now I know. It's just like, I could just look in your room and see what you're doing. Just like playing video games.
Just, like, sitting on my phone.
Just like, you have your window cracked. I can just hear you like, I gotta hang out with this fucking loser from my hometown. No, but, and then Willem had like all this shit pretty much moved in by the time we got here. And then,
Did you guys move in the same day?
yeah.
Okay.
Then we go down to, like, get a second load of my shit. And he's like, I'm going to go say goodbye to my parents real quick. He's gone for, like, 5 minutes. He's like, all right, I'm back. It's like, what? That's it?
You said, mine, we went, like, walked around campus a little bit. And then you could tell my dad was just like, all right, time to fucking go. My mom was, like, trying to, like, hold on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Because you're the oldest, right?
yeah, I'm the first one.
We're all the oldest.
Yeah?
That is true.
I don't
Yeah.
know. But, like, my parent goodbye, I, like, shook my dad's hand, gave my mom a hug, gave my brother, like, a nut tap.
You didn't give your mama or your dad a hug?
He went handshake, and I'm like,
Okay.
all right, bro. And I gave him, like, the bro hug.
Here you go, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, you did a bro hug. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. And then, like, whatever, nut tap my brother.
I did a bro hug with my dad, so that wasn't...
Yeah,
okay.
I didn't give him, like, a full, like...
Yeah, bear hug.
But then, like, my roommate's parents, like... So, well, he had way more shit, so it took them longer to move in anyway.
Mhm.
And then, like, bought him lunch, like, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, my parents just kind of said, see ya.
Yeah. Well, Willem's parents, I think... I obviously don't know a
Is
lot
he the
about...
youngest? Or is he
He's
on
the
track?
youngest, yeah.
He is the youngest? Okay.
So fair enough. But I think I'm with him in this room a lot, and I've heard Willem's parents call him once.
Mine haven't called... Actually, they have.
Oh, really?
Like, once or twice.
But do you text them a lot, or?
Yeah, they text me all the time, yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like...
I literally had like a 50-minute conversation with my mom today about some random shit.
Dude, I talked to my mom for 2 hours the other day until 1:30 a.m.
Yeah.
I talked to mine... Actually, yesterday I talked to Sandquist for longer than I talked to my mom.
Yeah. I want to talk to Sandquist. I want to talk to Sandquist and Carter on the podcast because I feel like they have some funny stories already.
He's coming to town for homecoming.
Yeah. Oh, I could have them on, like, in person on the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be sick. Well, homecoming isn't for a couple of weeks. Oh, I could save that. I'll talk to Sandquist after this, actually. Yeah, but I was talking to my parents. They were on the podcast last week. My mom, dad, and my siblings were on the podcast last week.
You moved in Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I was talking to them about just like who would be what. I was like, they're like, who are you gonna be most sad to miss, or like who are you gonna be miss the most? And I said, my cat.
Honestly, I miss my dog. I saw someone walking their dog, and I miss my dog the
Yeah.
most out of anyone.
Yeah, and then I said, actually, sorry, it's actually a 4-way tie between my mom, my dad, Henry, and the cats. But yeah, my mom, dad, and Henry came down to move us in, and then said, like, gave them all goodbye hugs. And I obviously don't know what happened, but I was yeah. So I think we're joking of like who would be more sad, me or them. But
Yeah.
I think I'm fairly certain that they were more sad
My
than
mom
me.
definitely cried. 100%.
Oh yeah, my mom is a big crier. Shit like that.
I mean, did they cry while you were there? Because my mom was just bawling before she even left.
Oh no, my mom was fine.
Yeah, they held it together pretty good. And then I think as soon as the door to the car closed, it probably was waterworks.
Yeah, I was holding it together too. I mean, obviously, I don't really cry like tears going down my face, but sometimes I'll get like tears.
I got one like, like one like,
Yeah.
and then I was good.
Well, I felt so lost the first like hour they were gone.
Really?
Because our RA set up like, oh, we're gonna go eat at the like Hilltop Center together or
Yeah.
whatever. And we go over there. It was the lamest thing ever. There was
Yeah.
like 3 people there. It was like, why am I here? I could have gone out to eat at like Olive Garden with them instead.
Yeah.
I'm with these guys, and yeah, the first day was rough, but
You
after
were
that
Saturday?
it got a lot better.
Or were you-
I was Sunday.
Oh, okay, yeah, I literally had a whole day just to do nothing.
Yeah, that would suck. Like, cause Monday was fine. Monday was fun.
Yeah, it was fine. Yeah. Well, that was like the Davies thing, and no, the Davies thing was like Sunday night.
No, the Davies thing was Sunday night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sunday. Okay, so Sunday we do that. We have like an RA meeting, right?
Yep.
And so we have to meet outside, and me and Demlo didn't even know we were in the same dorm at that point,
Yeah,
so we didn't see
know
each
for,
other.
like a week. Well,
Yeah.
actually, it's been a week. I guess like 4 days.
We didn't know until no, it was like 2. It doesn't matter. No one cares.
You didn't know. Anyway.
We had a fucking meeting outside the dorm, and they're talking about, like, okay, so one thing we had to do was we had to write our names on a piece of paper. So, but what this entailed was everyone was sitting in a circle, and they had to pass around a pen and a piece of paper to everyone, and it took forever. It's like, if they just said, bring a piece of paper with your name on it, or like bring a little note card with your name on it, like 75% of people would have done it. And then it would have been faster. They just said bring a pencil, like 80% of people would have done it.
Right.
And then it would have been way quicker. And then you could just pass it your pencil to someone else. But instead it took like 10 minutes to get the thing started. Then we had to they pulled your name out of a bowl, and then we're like, oh yeah, you and this person have to find like 3 things you have in common, whatever. So we did that, and then they're like, okay, does anyone want to volunteer to tell the group what they found out about their other person? And these 2 guys just go, they're partners together, and they're like, hey, I'm this person, I don't remember their names, obviously. They're like, I'm this. And we were both wondering, and we were like in the grass right next to the parking lot, like, we both had something in common where we both saw this yellow bike right here, this nice yellow motorcycle. We were both wondering, what the hell is up with this? Like, who the hell is going to bring their motorcycle to college? Like, what do you think, you're cool or something? Like, bringing your motorcycle to college? And then one of the RAs was just like, all right, so I guess these people, their thing in common is they don't want to know what's up with this bike, I guess.
I thought you were going to say it was the RA's bike.
No, that would have been funny.
That would've been awesome. Mine, you guys are like, my RA is a senior, so that's probably explains why, but he's like super chill. Our meeting was like 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Because he just was like, yeah, listen, don't like drink or smoke in here. Flush the toilet.
That would have been... One of the things the RAs told us is don't get the showers pregnant.
Yeah.
Wear shower shoes for sure.
Oh, yeah. I wear shower shoes.
I do too.
That's good.
I'm like, I mean, I enjoyed the showers.
Showering,
with
I
the
will
boys.
say, is like the thing I was like, one of the things I was kind of like skeptical about, and it's completely fine.
It's like, well, I don't know how comfortable to be. That's the thing, is like, you know, I'm used to like the ones like after like hockey or whatever where like everyone just like piles in there.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
There's not even a curtain.
Yeah, it's like a literally just open room with shower heads.
Yeah.
Which I didn't obviously expect it to be like that, but I also like didn't know like we have people like go in like to the shower fully clothed, like change. You know, so like I'm fine with like just like, you know, getting everything off like in the room in front of like other things and then just going in, but like I don't want to like make anyone uncomfortable either.
Oh, so you get changed in the shower?
No, I don't.
Oh,
but like
people do.
people do, and it's just like I don't want to.
Yeah,
be weird.
Yeah, I
don't want to be the naked kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. There's like a little crack in our curtains. The other day I was showering and I look over and there's like this guy just walked in. We made eye
Teglin did that
contact.
too.
It
He
was
I
said.
mean-
really weird.
I actually did that. So I was going to shower. It was like the second one I took here. And I had like a Minnesota. I think I had this shirt on actually. I had like a Minnesota shirt on. And like this group of girls like walks by and goes, "Oh, no way, you're from Minnesota," blah, blah, blah. And I'm like talking to him like 4 steps from the bathroom, right? Like I have like my towel like over my shoulder, like my shower caddy. And they're like, you know, talking to me, and I go, there goes, "Oh, you're gonna go shower, we'll let you go." I go, "Yeah, I made super awkward eye contact with this kid this morning." And then the guy walking into the bathroom goes, "Oh, that was me."
Oh, wait, what?
So like, yeah, so I'm talking to this like group of girls, and they're like, "Oh, we'll let you go. Like, go, like, obviously you're gonna shower." And I'm like, yeah. Like, it was kind of funny this morning. I made like super awkward eye contact with this one kid. And the kid that I made eye contact with was walking into the bathroom as I was saying it.
Oh.
And he was like, "Oh, that was me." So that
you were
was like,
talking about him.
I was talking about him, and then he like was like, "Yeah, that was me." I mean, I wasn't like talking shit or anything, but
Yeah. This fucking loser.
yeah. Yeah. I don't know. That was a blick.
Yeah. That is
a blick.
That's a word that you
I
just pulled
forgot
out of my
about
memory.
that.
That is a blick.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I had such a good... Basically, okay, so if you were wondering, Mom and Dad... No, I'm just kidding. A blick is something in our 11th grade English teacher... Or our 11th grade English class where our teacher has this thing where it's just like a big coincidence,
Yeah.
basically. An example of this is when he was on vacation somewhere and some of his students, like, found him.
Or no, he was doing a wedding
Yeah.
in like Connecticut or something, and like it was his student's wedding or something like weird like that.
Oh, yeah. It's some weird coincidence like that. Basically, one time I had this moment where me and Carl went to see a movie, and then during this movie, the show choir results came into, like, who made what, and he was kind of, like, looking at it through the movie, but was paying attention to the movie. And then, after that, we went to McDonald's, because in our hometown, it's, like, right across the street, and he was looking at the full list, because he actually could look at it without watching the movie now, because we're waiting in line at McDonald's. And there's this one girl, and he was reading the thing. He goes, "Is CJ Kramer a boy or a girl?" And CJ Kramer was right in front of us.
Oh, Jesus.
And CJ Kramer was on my bus. And she turns around, and I'm like, And Carl's like, what? I'm like, that's CJ Kramer right there. And I even knew it was her. And then for some reason I saw him scroll on the thing and I was like, hey, look, it's CJ Kramer. That's exactly who's right in front of us.
Yeah.
And then he says it. I'm like, oh my
you
God, you
fucking
fucking
idiot.
idiot.
For some reason, that's just something Carl would do, though. That's just
That is
kind
such
of
a Carl thing to do.
Yeah, exactly. He fucking...
Dude,
I
I
had,
love the dude.
I had like 3
for the record.
Yeah, he was my D partner in a defense hockey partner in like 6th grade. It was a good time. No, but like I had. So one day at work, I worked at a summer camp. By the way, as camp counselor. That was a blast. But I had like 4 Blicks in one day. It was insane. Like one we were on. So
oh my God, Blick Central.
So I know it was insane. I did fishing camp. So like this camp, like it's me and like another counselor and like 28-year-olds, and we just go to like a different lake like every day in the week. So we're on the way back from one on the St. Croix River in Hudson. And I was talking to like another counselor. I'm like, yeah, like you never really see cops on this road. It was like a gravel road leading down to like our camp. And literally as soon as the words come out of my mouth, the bus passes a cop, like
Really?
like going the opposite direction. I had like one more like really weird one. Or no, I was like talking about someone and they were a counselor at this other camp. And I like, saw them like on the beach like before we went fishing.
Yeah.
Dude, I had something kind of similar to that cop one. I was leaving Spring Lake Park, and you know that road that's like supposed to be like a 35, but no one's ever on.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was
The
going like
upper or lower Spring Lake?
what?
Like
I don't know.
the
Whatever.
archery range or the other one?
Not the archery
Okay.
range. Anyways, I'm going like 60 and like a 35 because like no one's there and it's late at night or whatever. And I see this one random pair of lights up ahead, and I tell my girlfriend Maddie, I think she's on the podcast. Yeah.
Yeah. With you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and I tell her like, all right, I'm gonna slow down just in case this is a cop. And so I, slow way down. And obviously, I would have been ticketed. And sure enough, it was a sheriff. And I was like, holy crap, like that would have been bad. But I don't know. Do you guys like slow down at intersections when like, oh, this could be a busy intersection. There could be a cop here. Because I'm not trying to be like.
I just kind of send it. I'm gonna be honest. Like someone else will slow down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Although that is how I've been pulled over once, and that is how I got pulled over. Was we were going opposite directions, and then he must have got me like with the radar gun, and then he just whipped around.
That's how I got pulled over once. Yeah. I didn't. I've been pulled over 3 times.
Oh.
I've never gotten a ticket, but that's 2 second times I didn't even see the cop at all until like the lights were on. I was like, oh, what the fuck? And I didn't even realize. Yeah.
There've been a couple times where I've gone past them like over the speed limit, and they've just been like paying attention, like other stuff.
Here's a question I have. If let's say like I'm speeding, and I drive past a cop that pulled over someone else, then do I have like immunity from getting pulled over by them? Because it's not like they're gonna be like, oh, there's someone speeding on this road, catch it. It's they're not gonna like talk in their fucking thing. They don't care that much.
I mean, unless they just happen to finish with their other ticket.
Unless you're going like 40 over,
Yeah.
like Sandquist.
Exactly. Let's say someone's going like 15 over, and you get pulled over, and then the cop gets right to the window, and then someone comes going like 100 over.
But think about it. Like by the time they get back in their car, you're already like 3 miles away. Or not 3 miles, but like a mile.
But then it's like, I actually got pulled over once, and it was because it was like snowy, and I was like going like the speed limit, and they were like, you should go slower when it's snowy or whatever. And I'm like, okay, whatever.
Wait, what? They pulled you over for going the speed limit?
Yeah, because you're supposed to go slower than the speed limit, and I was going like around a corner or whatever. Well, the thing was that it was a point in the road, like imagine you're on a highway and you're about to enter like a neighborhood kind of, so it goes 60, 45, 30.
Okay, yeah.
Like the speed limit. As soon as I
like by Applebee's.
Yeah, sure. Like say I'm going 60, right? And I go.
Oh, was this not in?
No, don't worry about it.
Okay.
So say I'm going 60, right? And I get to the sign that says 45 miles per hour. Do you get to 45 miles per hour as when it says the sign? Or do you, as soon as you cross over the 45 miles per hour, then you start slowing down?
I feel like you should start slowing down as soon as... I mean, not saying I do this, but like... I feel like as soon as you see the sign is when you should start slowing down.
Okay.
I think you need to be 45 at the 45 sign.
Yeah, but then...
But like, what if it's around a corner?
But then, let's say it's the reverse and you're speeding up. if you're going 35 miles per hour and you see a 45 mile per hour sign, do you then speed up to 45 miles per hour once you get to that sign? I don't know. I got pulled over by doing both of them. Like, I was pulled over for literally the inverse reason the second and third time. Like, I was going, like, getting up to the speed that it's supposed to be at, and then after I passed the sign, then going up to it. So it's like, are you just...
What the hell are you supposed to do?
Are you only supposed to do it when it makes me slow? I don't know. Whatever. I don't really care. Anyways, but I got pulled over, and I had snow on my license plate. And they're like, yep, you probably didn't even realize this, but you had snow on your license plate. It's not that big of a deal, but just know that you're not supposed to do that. Like, and then, like, someone drove past me with snow on my license plate, and the cop was like, yep, that person right there has snow on their... And I'm just like, yeah, okay.
It happens. I don't know.
Doesn't matter. If I got a ticket, I would have been pissed, but I'm not pissed if I get pulled over
Yeah.
and I don't get a ticket.
Yeah, the one time I did, it was just like, I had the wrong, like, or it was, like, old insurance.
Uh-huh.
So instead of giving me the speeding ticket, he gave me the ticket for the insurance, and then I just had to go into, like, the county office and just, like, show him my new insurance, and he
Oh, really?
got rid of it. So, I mean, he was nice about it, which was awesome, but, like, it's just kind of annoying because I had to go, like, whatever.
Yes. There was one time where I got pulled over. The first time I got pulled over, I didn't have my proof of insurance on me. And basically, literally, right as I was leaving to go where I needed to go, I was talking to my mom and dad because Bailey had just gotten pulled over that day. And Bailey got pulled over like 2 hours after he got his license, and he got like 3 charges because he's a fucking moron. He got like, he was going crazy. He had 4 people in the car, and he was speeding like around a corner or something like that.
2 hours after he got his license.
Yeah.
That's the most Bailey thing I think I've ever heard.
So I told my parents about that, and then once I realized I didn't have my proof of insurance, and the cop was like, yeah, you need to get your proof of insurance or whatever. So they gave me like a little thing. Then I told my parents, hey, by the way, I found out that Bailey didn't have his proof of insurance on him. And that made me think that I don't have my proof of insurance on me. So can you give me my proof of insurance?
Smart.
Then you got a thing in the mail?
No, I did. Well, here's the thing. I got the proof of insurance, and then I needed to call a number to tell them that I had it, and it didn't work.
Oh, that sucks.
So then I had to ask my dad for help. And then he gave me, or he like helped me out, but then we got the thing in the mail the next day. And then my mom got mad at my dad because he knew and didn't tell her. Because I told them not to tell mom. So it kind of got triple fucked there.
Yeah, that was the thing, like, with me. I told my parents, and I thought, like, oh, I'm just, like, being a good kid by telling them, like, nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But then, like, the thing came in the mail, like,
Oh, really?
that, like, told them that I got a ticket.
Dude, that's like when you're in elementary school and you don't tell your parents you got in trouble.
Yeah,
You're
it just
thinking
doesn't
you're getting away
matter.
with it, and then they get a phone call anyways, though.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
Like, oh, no.
It's like, oh, I was, like, nice to the teacher. I, like, at least when I got in trouble, I was respectful, and then, like, I got out of a phone call at least. Nope.
Now when I'm in high school, I'll always call my parent, because like I'm at the age where the things I do is in like middle school, like the end of middle school and all throughout high school. I'm at the point where the things I do, never mind, I shouldn't have said that. In the last 2 years of high school, I'm at an age where if I get in trouble for something, it's for something stupid.
Yeah.
And I'm doing stuff that I know my parents would be fine with. That's how like my whole I like live my life is like I'm not doing stuff that I know my parents will get pissed off at me for.
You're not like, getting drunk and then whatever.
Yeah. So like I'll get in trouble for something, and then I'll tell my parents knowing that they're gonna get called, but also to tell them about how bullshit it is.
Yeah.
And typically they'll realize, okay, that's bullshit. The reason I said that thing earlier is because in middle school, I got sent to the principal's office twice for both of them reasons that I knew my parents wouldn't care for, because they weren't like, actually I did anything bad. And then I got sent to the principal's office obviously once in high school for something I know that no one with a brain would think was wrong. And then I got Mr. SQS in 9th grade called my parents because on paper it sounded bad, but he's just kind of a fucking spaz. So he fucking, and I'll admit, I did fuck up. It was one of those things where you say something like as a comeback, but you're like, wait, did I just say that out loud?
Yeah.
Because he was like,
what did you?
Basically what happened was we were all working on a review sheet.
Yeah.
And it was for a test that was like later that week or something.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I'm just going to do it at home anyways.
Yeah.
It's like, he's giving us time to work on it, so you should be working on it.
Yeah.
Everyone in the class, there's like 5 people in the back of the class that are like talking while doing it. Because it's not like everyone's in the class silently doing the review sheet. There's people outside in the hallway.
They're just like BSing.
They're just like
whatever.
The people in the fucking hallway. I'm lucky for you, Mr. Teacher. I stayed in your fucking classroom so you wouldn't have dead silence, jackass. So we're all doing this review sheet. Obviously, we're all talking. And, of course, I'm the loudest one out of all of them. And he's like, Lucas, you've been doing this review sheet for 15 minutes and you have 3 things written down. I'm like, I have way more than 3. And I turned my paper over and I had like 6 on one side and 3 on the other side. So I still didn't have a lot done. Yeah. But he's like, look, but you've been doing this for 15 minutes. And I just go, it has not been 15 minutes. And he's like, all right, that's it. Takes me out to the hallway. He's like, who are we calling, your mom or your dad? I was like, my dad. And so I knew my dad get pissed because I didn't get to warn him first of the story that happened.
Yeah.
Dude, at least your parents are usually cool about it, though.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It was like 3rd grade, maybe, but like, I got in trouble for something stupid, like, at recess, like, all my friends would, like, grab someone's winter hat and, like, throw it and yell classic, you know?
Yeah.
And I did it one too many times or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And so someone told on me to the teacher, and they called my parents, and I was like, okay, well, like, I'm literally messing around with my friends, and somebody got butthurt. Like, it's fine. No, my dad laid it on so thick. He was like,
yeah.
Oh, I could barely eat. I heard you were taking people's hats off to make their ears cold.
Oh, my God.
That is like, the most... What?
I fucking hate when people do that, though.
It is annoying, but I was in 3rd grade.
No, I get it. Well, like, in elementary school, I was a big hat guy. Still am a big hat guy.
Yeah.
And,
that's annoying when I'm trying to find a fucking thumbnail picture for you and you're wearing a fucking, like, a hat from our hometown in every picture of you.
Yeah, I know.
I can't use this.
I did realize that I do that. I didn't wear it to school at all last year because I, like, realized it and I was, like, looking at pictures. I'm like, holy shit, I need to, like, change it up here. So... I think partially because, like, you couldn't find a picture. I'm like, all right, this is kind of getting ridiculous.
Yeah,
so,
I
like,
think I told you about it, and then after the podcast was over last time you were on.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to wear, like, I'd wear this one. Like, I didn't want to, like, wear my high school one to, like, this summer camp that I was working at because I just don't want people to, like, know who I am there. Anyway, but I was a slow kid. So people, like, steal my hat and then run away, and I could just never catch them.
Yeah. There was a point where someone took my hat off and threw it on the roof of the school on accident.
No.
And the kid didn't get in trouble at all, obviously, because it's me. Why? If I do something bad, of course I get in trouble, but if someone does something bad to me, no one cares.
Dude, I remember, I think it was Owen Matzik.
Yeah.
It was one of the twins, at least. I can't remember who it was. Threw a shoe and got it stuck on... You might have been there. He was in gym class. Got stuck on the basketball.
Yeah.
and, like, bring it down. And our teacher got so mad because they had to bring the whole hoop down. It's like, you're going to have to touch it.
Oh, my God.
That was the funniest thing.
And then me and my dad had to go to the fuck... They literally didn't do anything about it. Me and my dad had to go to my school after class with a fucking ladder and get it down. We were so pissed. Anyways, in the only time... So, yeah. In 8th grade, I got in trouble once because of... And I didn't even get, like, a detention at all. There's a point where, like, there was... To the principal, it seemed like I was in the wrong completely. And I literally had nothing to come back. But here, I'll just tell a story. I made a joke, like there's this girl that went to our school that I kind of had like a jokey kind of relationship with. I wasn't like friends with her or enemies with her. We're kind of like, would like just shit on each other for no reason. We'd like make jokes about each other. This girl named Ashley who goes to our school.
I don't know.
If you don't know her by that, it doesn't matter for the story.
No, I was just wondering.
And basically, it was fucked up. But I kind of made a joke similar to what we would say about each other on my Snapchat story, and she was really pissed at that for some reason, and I get sent to the principal's office, and I literally didn't even know what it's for, and the principal was like, "Did you post this on your Snapchat story?" I'm like, "Yeah." And so I told him about the like how I didn't know that we were joking. Like she was like would get actually mad about that, because, and so he was like, okay. And then I check my phone after I get out of the principal's office, and I get a Snapchat from her that says, "Fuck you, I'm gonna get you in trouble." And so I was like, oh, if I just looked at my phone on the way down to the principal's office, I could have just shown that. And then, if anything, she might have gotten into trouble because she was just doing that to get me in trouble. Because, like, my logic is, like, if someone is bullying you, or not bullying you, but if someone's, like, being an asshole towards you, and if you don't say anything to them first, then, or if it's like especially if it's a one-time thing, like if I make one joke about you and then you don't say, hey, that was fucked up, I would stop instantly if you said that. Yeah. But if you instead go to try to get someone into trouble for doing that, it's almost like you don't care about fixing the problem. You just want to see the other person. You just want to get payback for the thing.
Well, that's especially weird if you had a relationship where you would just mess with
exactly.
each other.
Like she would. I told the principal some of the stuff that she would say about me, and then obviously I didn't care, but to him it sounded bad. Like I had that same scenario with Willem actually in 8th grade, where me and Willem had like we fuck around with each other, like beginning of class, like he'll hide my pencil pouch, I'll hide his Kindle or whatever. Yeah,
his Kindle.
Yeah, stuff like that. Like, but the teachers.
I'm sorry, Kindle is just.
The teachers would get all pissed or whatever.
I forgot those existed.
But there's a time when Willem would get was actually getting mad at me, but he didn't tell me, and so like. To him, like I'd be like, "Oh, fucking Ginge," and he actually was mad about that, and I didn't know he was mad about that. And there was one point where he started like slapping me every time I said it, and I was talking about it in 8th grade math class, and the teacher was like, "Wait, did you say Willem hit you?" And I was like, I mean, I said that." And she's like, "Well, does he hit you?" And I'm like, well, will he get in trouble if I say that he does hit me? She's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, well then I was lying. He didn't actually hit me. Because it's like, I don't actually care, but if you hear shit like that on the outside, then you think
I remember I completely
happening.
screw you over multiple times in gym class in like 7th grade. Like we had a weight machine. And you could like pull it back and like kind of ride it back up because we were still really light.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, try this. It's so fun. You do it once and the teacher catches you and
just
starts
fuck
yelling
you.
at you.
I completely forgot about that until you just said that.
And same thing like in the pool. Like we were doing a pool
Oh my
unit.
god, you were the biggest troll in middle school.
I don't even remember what happened, but somehow our teacher asked like, who did this? And I was like, oh, it was Lukas.
There was one time where
Aiden
had to like do, yeah, you fucker. There was one time where Aiden was like, we had to like do some activity where we had to like get partners or whatever for basketball. Like you dribble it down the court or whatever, dribble back, then your partner does it. And me, Tommy, and Adam were in one like we're like in the B group or whatever. Mm-hmm. And Aiden was like, I don't remember, he was obviously in the A group. He was dribbling, and Adam was like, Aiden, you suck. And the teacher's like, who said that? Who said that about Aiden? And then Tommy just goes, oh, it was Adam. And then he's like, Adam, get out to the hallway. And he's like, wait, but it wasn't actually Adam. It was me. I was just joking.
Oh, so Tommy was actually a good guy then.
Yeah, Tommy wasn't you.
Because I was just
you would also like tase me. Like you'd like tase my armpits.
As,
and then I'd be like, ah, fuck. And then I'd get in trouble for yelling. There was one time where Simon pulled the chair out from under me. And we were in silent reading time in 6th grade English. And he pulled the chair from under me. I screamed. And the teacher got mad, and I said, well, Simon pulled the chair out. And then she got really mad at Simon. And then Simon was like, you asshole, why did you snitch? It's like, well, I'm not going to get in trouble because you're a dick.
Dude, do you remember tabletopping?
That was so fun.
I want to be honest, I'm not sure how anyone didn't break any bones doing that.
Because we did it
over
on
some
grass sometime. No, but one time it happened in school. JP was walking
Still?
backwards.
Oh.
And who was it? Someone...
Aiden was walking backwards, and then someone did that.
I think JP did it to Aiden, maybe.
No, he didn't even tabletop him. He just was crouching in a ball underneath his legs.
He was so mad, because that was on cement, actually.
Yeah, that
grass.
JP is kind of...
And dude, people have broken bones on grass too. Like if you land, if you go to catch yourself and you get your collarbone.
Dude, the worst was when that was the period of time where Jack Dunn was super pissed at everyone,
just a menace
for everything. Like he'd get super triggered about anything, and there was a point where if you don't know, we did this thing at football games where we'd be all in the grass by the concession stands. We wouldn't actually be watching the game.
It'd be playing Kill the Carrier.
Yeah. And basically what you do is you have to have two friends, and you have to have one of them go on a table behind someone, and the other person slightly pushes them, and then they fall backwards on the table, which is the other person. And it would be so funny when you get pulled off, because you would never expect it to happen to you. You're looking all around, everyone was so self-conscious. If you've actually got someone, you got trolled. Well, there's a time where we all literally just said, okay, people are getting food now, let's not do it with someone with food. And of course, some jackasses decided to do it to Jack Dunn, the person who would get most pissed. And has a plate of pizza in his hand.
He definitely had one of those cheese breads.
Yeah. And he fucking catches it somehow, and I'm like, I thought it was gonna be the end of the world. I thought he was gonna fucking murder the person in cold blood. But oh my god, it was awesome.
Dude, I remember like when Jack was like, would kind of get upset about
Yeah.
stuff. We were playing baseball. It was years ago. We were probably like 12 or 13, and we were all at like a team dinner.
Was this when you had the rec specs?
No, I don't even know what you're talking about here. But no, we were at Perkins or something, and someone tried to put like a little dash of salt in his drink. But
Yeah.
of course the thing was loosened, so the whole container went in.
Oh my god.
And he got really mad, which was understandable. But then we kept putting more stuff in, like put a stick of butter, put some
Okay.
lettuce, put this. And he'd get more and more mad every time. It's
Okay,
like,
but to be
dude, you
fair-
weren't gonna drink it
to be
anyways.
fair,
I would.
But that-
That's one of the things I hate.
I would be mad too, but like by the fourth or fifth time, it's like, dude, were you really gonna drink it before it had lettuce in it? Like,
Yeah.
no.
There was one time where it was. I think it was Aiden. This was when Aiden was in his peak douchiness. By the way,
Golfer
actually,
Aiden?
it was.
Like 8th grade.
Oh yeah. It was Aiden, like not at his peak, but like right, like about to get to his
His
peak.
climax.
9th grade was his peak douchiness. 8th, and he was in 8th grade at this point, where he would be like, it would be like him and JF and Brady, and they'd all like be like they'd team up against me or whatever. Like I was like the butt of the joke, or sometimes he would be the butt of the joke, and like we would like it was a shitty. I hated 8th grade because I was in that friend group, but it's all fine now. We're all friends. So, but Aiden, he accidentally we had those shitty things of apple juice where it would be like a fucking
The tinfoil top.
it would be like a weird like it
It's
was
like a
wider than it is tall.
Those are like impossible not to spill when you open them too.
Exactly. But he somehow fucking spills it onto my burger, which was across the thing from him. And I was getting all pissed at him. And he's like, come on, you put like they were all like getting mad at me like for not eating the burger that they spilled apple juice in. And I'm like, come on, you're such a pussy. Why don't you? It's like, it's fucking disgusting. And Willem, actually, this is another good story about Willem. He goes and buys me another burger.
Oh, what a G.
What a guy.
Yeah. And Jaffe, he keeps calling me a pussy. And I'm like, well, then you fucking eat it. He takes one bite of it, and runs to the trash can to go spit it out. And I'm like, yeah, motherfucker.
Fuck you.
Willem is a G. As soon as I realized that he was going to be a potential roommate, I knew that I would not have a single problem with him. Because he's like the most laid back dude. We have such similar, like, even though we seem like we're in similar, like, cliques of, like, school or whatever, we have such similar, like, lifestyles, I feel like, of, like, basic shit like that. Where we don't care. He's so, like, he wouldn't care if I did anything, really.
Yeah. Me and my roommate are the exact opposite, but it also works. Because, like, we just balance each other out.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm just super chill. Like, I don't give a shit, really, about anything. You and your roommate.
I love my roommate.
He's
very chill.
He sounds like a beauty.
Dude, he's awesome. But we're also on a substance-free floor.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, I shouldn't say anything more in case...
Are we all in a
Chance or Jim
substance-free dorm?
No, like the floor above you that I'm on.
Yeah.
That's like substance-free specifically.
What?
For whatever reason.
But none
So,
of
like,
us
if
can
you were
have substances anyways.
If
Yeah,
you were,
but, like,
if you were
they expect you
21
to
and you lived in
enforce
this
it.
dorm, you could have stuff in it.
Yeah, but if me and Willem were both 20... Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So, like, if you were 21 and living on whatever floor Nate's on, you still couldn't have it.
I see.
Well, anyways, he's in a frat already,
Mhm.
like 3 days in. And yeah, obviously we're in a substance-free dorm, which doesn't really mix. But like, he's a super cool dude. I love the guy.
Yeah.
Gee, that's sick.
Yeah.
What
Very
else was I gonna talk
similar
about?
taste in music too. Which
Oh,
is
really?
always nice.
Yeah, me and Willem have the same taste, which is we don't like listening to music like out loud.
Yeah.
Like if we're gonna listen to
Like
music,
rather
we'll have our
than
headphones in.
earbuds?
Yeah.
That is my pet peeve. Like, the kid I hated the most, like, the biggest stereotype that I hated the most in, like, high school, and I guess here, too, that there's a couple people that do it,
Is the kid with the fucking
the
speaker?
backpack
Oh
speaker
my
kid.
fucking god!
It's like no one wants to listen to 6ix9ine going to chemistry in 4th hour.
Exactly, bro. It's like I feel so self-conscious about when people ask me what kind of music I listen to. So like we're talking a lot about Lucas's insecurities on this episode, dancing, all this shit. But yeah, I hate when people ask me what kind of music I listen to, because when my sister's in the car, I never play music because I feel like I don't want to get even judged
I
about
put
what
on the
music I listen to.
Christian music station.
Really?
With
You
my family's
cannot
in the car.
you cannot go wrong with anything on the radio from about 2008 to 2014.
That
Yeah.
is true.
That is, like, you just cannot go wrong. And maybe that's just because, like, that's what we grew up with. Like, I'm sure, my dad would hate it, but,
Mhm.
like,
Dude, 2010 classics though.
yeah,
That
that
is the way to
playlist
go.
we played volleyball
Yeah,
was sick.
exactly.
I also hate when people hear me sing like by myself.
Yeah.
So like going to like voice lessons would
That
be
is the
bad.
main reason I quit choir. I did not
Yeah.
want to do voice lessons.
And so there are points where I'm literally self-conscious when I'm by myself in my car singing. I'll be like self-conscious that someone put like a fucking like recording device in my car and will leak that. I don't know why. That's just such like a
They're
weird
gonna
thing.
Blackmail your
I'm
singing
like,
or what?
Yeah, I don't know why. Like I think I'm like I'm always self-conscious even when I'm singing by myself in like the only spot that I can like sing by myself, like music I like.
Whenever I'm at a stoplight, I like turn my music, even if it's like radio.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
I like turn it down
same.
because I'm like I don't want people to like hear what I'm listening to.
Especially
Which
if
is
I see an open window next to me.
Yeah,
oh
like-
my
Way
god.
down.
well, like my car, the AC doesn't work, so
Yeah.
all 3 windows that work, 3 or 4 that work, are always like down because I don't want to like die a heat stroke. And like every time it's like I'm even if I'm going like 20 miles an hour, like I just turn it down because I just don't want people to hear.
Yeah.
I
What
don't
el-
know.
we got one thing we have to talk about before this podcast ends is that guy who was on my Snapchat story. Basically the first day of classes, which was the 5th day of
Oh, the Jesus guy.
yeah, I'm going down to class and I see a big like commotion going on. I was like, what the fuck is this? There's a guy who has this giant ass sign and I'm like, is this what college is like, bro? What the fuck? He has this giant ass sign and he's like wearing like socks and sandals or something like that. And he's got a sign
Judgment
that's
Day
like,
is coming.
it's like Judgment Day is coming. You're all going to hell. Like Jesus will enact his revenge on like you or something like
Yeah.
that. It was like all this crazy shit, and I was like, oh my fucking. And I did, even though the guy was like, whatever. I did feel bad for him because all these fucking asshole kids are around him saying like, Jesus is dead, woo! And everyone was like cheering and like they'll be like, hail Satan, hail Satan, hail Satan. It's like,
Which-
fuck you guys, come on.
I mean,
Everybody
just
in that
leave this guy
situation,
alone.
right?
that is.
But if he walked over
Also,
to
yeah,
campus
he
with
is-
that sign, he has anything coming.
I know.
He
There's
is
like a police
purposely-
officer on standby, by the way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
I've seen that like on like Barstool though.
Mhm.
Like that's not abnormal for like college campuses. I'm pissed. I missed it by like 5 minutes.
Yeah. If he had like something like really weirdly political,
Yeah.
like Catholically political on there, then I would have been like, okay, maybe I see why people are getting mad at him. Like,
It was just like you could tell he was
just
fucking
told people
insane.
they were going to hell.
Yeah.
Well, like
That's-
I mean,
that's just so like absurd though anyways to do.
Yeah.
But like I feel like if he like political on either side, by the way, if like there's someone who's gonna have like a big sign that's like that has that, they're
Yeah.
bound, and they go to a college campus, they're bound to get like some. I could see why they'd get harassed by that. Like,
yeah, but like yeah, he was. This thing was so out of left field that like I feel like you should just ignore it and be like, all right, this guy's kind of fucked up.
yeah. And then I get a Snapchat the next day from Danny Rowe, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that guy's at my college now too." And he sent me a video. It's the same guy at his college, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
He's at the Dirty
He
Rip.
teleported. He was at Dirty Riffs.
Oh my god.
And then we had to go to this boring. Okay, sorry if you're listening to this guy. We had to go to this speaker. He's probably not listening to this.
Who
He's
had to-
definitely
Are you
not.
talking about this poet?
The
Oh,
poet
the
guy.
slam
No one
poet.
had to go. I didn't go.
I didn't
Yeah,
know
I found
that.
out that no one had to go. I'm like, what the fuck? My RA was on the way. He was taking us down there, and he's like, "Yeah, by the way, I think this thing is about like sexual misconduct and stuff, so it might be boring for you guys." And I was like, "Oh, Christ!" And he didn't talk about that at all. I don't even remember what he talked about. He talked about just literally like his life and like kind of like racism, kind of, but not really, like stereotyping and stuff like that. And it was just like kind of weird. Like I already did this like bit with you demo, but I'll do it again.
All right.
So he'd be like at a point where he's trying to tell a story about his life, and so he's like, "I'll do it with you, Tegland, instead of Demla."
Right.
So I'd be like, "Okay, Demla, have you ever or Tegland, or not Tegland? Sorry, bro." I'd be like, "Okay, anyone in the audience have a story about the time that they crashed their car? Anyone in the audience have a story about that?"
Then I'd raise my
And then
hand.
you right there.
So it was like
Wait,
winter.
what's your name, man?
My name's Ben.
Oh, I have a niece named or a son named Ben. He's so awesome.
Okay, so like I was driving. It was President's Day. This is a real story, by the way. President's Day.
President's Day. Why do we have a day for presidents? By the way, can we just acknowledge that, guys? Like, did we really need a President's Day? Like, there's a president. He's the leader of the country. Does he really need a day too? Like, he's got the inauguration day. He's got. Okay, continue with your story.
It was like President's Day 2013.
2013. What a year! That's the year that I met my wife.
and we're driving home from my cabin. And we were ice fishing that day.
I gotta say, why do we feel the need to ice fish? Like, don't we get enough fish during the summer?
And like it was super. Like we're driving home in like this blizzard, right? So we caught 0 fish, and we're driving home in this blizzard.
Nice
right?
fishing.
Yeah. Thanks, bro. And we're in the so my Jeep, Daryl.
Daryl, what a name.
And
by the way, during this entire thing, he had black hair and it was really hot. He was like dripping sweat. Like you could just see beads. It was like distracting, the beads of sweat on the back of this guy's head.
And we're like driving home. We hit like a patch of like black ice. Am I like still telling the story? You're still
No. Okay. So
anyway,
anyways,
well, okay.
So just wrap up the story real quick so I can get on.
So we hit a patch of black ice. Fish-tailed, and then like caught the pavement again, and then like flipped the car like 3 times.
Yeah.
So like that's my actual car crash story.
I shouldn't have. Yeah, I knew that you had that story because otherwise.
Wait, you were driving Daryl?
No, my grandma. So my grandma had the car before I did.
So that car's been crashed and it's still going?
Yeah, you know the dents in the side on the driver's
that's
side?
awesome.
That is from when we flipped it.
You have dents in your car too now, Dumlo.
Yeah, and they got bigger.
Yeah.
Someone
Someone like hit Dumlo in the parking lot.
Here?
So,
Yeah.
First of all, like over a year ago,
Classic Wisconsin.
I was in like a hockey rink and it was super, super busy and I was trying to back out of like...
I hate when you have to back out of those parking lots.
No, somebody blocked, like someone was parked where like you're supposed to be driving through. You're not supposed to park.
Uh-huh.
So I had to back up and I hit a trailer hitch like that sticks like a foot or 2 out, you know?
Uh-huh.
And so I dented my car. I was like, oh crap, this really sucks. And now I see today that exact same spot, or I guess a couple days ago, that exact same spot is way worse. Someone backed into me right there. And
Yeah.
Unbelievable. But it's kind of good because now I can say someone hit me rather than I hit someone else.
Yeah. But anyway, so this guy, after each of these like times he was talking about like this, and it would obviously be more serious than a fucking car. Well, I guess not. I guess that's a bit shitty example. It was like about a time that they had been like stereotyped, or like a time that they like had a falling out with like a friend or something like that. I don't remember. So then he'd be like, "This is a story about a time that I like." He'd always do this. He'd be like, "This is a story about a time that I went to get coffee and it went kind of wrong. It's called double frappuccino or something like that."
Yeah.
He'd be like, but he'd always say like, "This is a story about a time I was getting coffee," and then he'd say the name of the poem, and then he'd like go like to the back of the thing, and he'd come back to the microphone. He's like, "I'm going to get some coffee." It'd always be, the first line would always be what he said to describe the story. So it would always be like, "Here's a story about a time I went to get coffee. It's called double cappuccino. I'm going to get some coffee." And it's like, okay. And so he'd be like, "I'm going to get," and none of them rhymed, obviously.
Yeah.
So I know poetry is like not about rhyming, but
it sounds so
it takes
terrible.
away from the poetry in my point.
I agree.
And he's like, and at the end of every single time he said a poem, he'd like go kneel on the ground and like look down, so that's your time to clap.
Did you guys have to like snap, or did you actually?
Oh no, it was clap, because
Oh, okay.
it wasn't like a slam poetry thing. He was reading poems. He also had a book that he brought.
An anthology?
Yeah, about him. And someone asked him how he got it published. And he said he won a contest or something like that, in a publishing contest.
It's kind of sick.
And then he said the worst part was he kept saying like, "Oh, thanks for sitting in the front," or whatever. And it's like, yeah, we all waited in a line outside, and that just that's how we didn't get to pick our seats. Like, so
Yeah.
you say it's just who happened to leave their dorm earliest or whatever. And then he kept saying like, he was like, "Yeah, thank you all for coming," and I didn't. And I was like, "Yeah, but I didn't even want to come." So, and then the worst part was at the end. He goes, "I'll be giving away, the first person who comes and meets me on the table in the back gets a free copy of my book, and then you can buy the book." And as we were leaving, we just saw he was outside right next to the stairs to leave, and you just see everyone going past. And I was like in the kind of the front of the auditorium.
Should have told you already had the book.
Right. So I'm one of the last to leave, and someone comes behind me and goes up to him, and he goes, "Thanks so much for talking about it. You're the first one. Here's my book." I'm like, they're the first ones to talk to you? You got to be fucking kidding me. So I felt kind of bad for the guy.
Were you at the? They were going through all like the different like student clubs like down by Davies.
I didn't go to
Did you
that
watch? Oh well, that we had an a cappella group. I don't think it was like the
no.
student a cappella group.
Was it the one that was really bad or really
Terrible.
good? Okay.
There's
No.
one that's really good, and there's one that's really bad. I don't know which one, but one was like they were like taking requests for songs, and then they do like the first like 3 lines, and be like, I don't know how to do that one next.
Yeah, like never. That's the thing. It's like never take requests if you don't.
Yeah, like it was so fun. And then there was another guy, like he's like just one man band, like guitar, and he was singing about like just like random shit. And I think the songs are like supposed to be funny,
Mm-hmm.
and I think he knew he was bad, so like that made it a little better at least.
Yeah.
But like literally the worst musician I've ever heard. And then
Ah.
then the other guy, you were there, right? The other guy,
yeah.
I'll plug him. Uncommon Denominator.
Oh, dude, I met those guys.
They were unreal.
I met them like a couple days ago. They ran some business or something here.
They do anyway, but yeah, they were really good. But it was like immediately, like you could tell the guy that was singing before them was like just terrible. Like he like knew he was bad, and then he was like watching these people like perform who were really good, and he was just like, oh fuck.
And then yeah.
It was-
The fucking, by the way, I forgot to mention, the poetry guy, he was telling a story about how he was speaking once in kind of a more urban, or not urban, what's it called? Rural area.
Yeah.
The exact opposite of what I said. I think it was like in maybe Tennessee or something like that, or Kentucky. Who cares? And he was saying how he says like, all right, who believes in marriage equality? And no one in the crowd raised their hand. And so he says he dead ass, which is, I'll give him props for this. This is a ballsy move. He jumps he jumps down off the stage onto the ground and looks back at the stage and raises his hand. And then he said after that, half of the people walked out of the auditorium.
Jesus Christ.
And I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. Like,
That's kind of sty.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. That's pretty sweet.
but it's also kind of cringe. Like, if you're at the point where, yeah, I don't know how they, like, why are you even watching a speaker?
Why are you watching us? Okay,
How are you in that scenario?
First of all, I feel like
Weren't you in that scenario?
Yeah, but I
I wanna be
wouldn't
there.
have been allowed to leave.
Oh, right.
I guess I could have if I wanted to. Like,
just like say you gotta poop or something.
yeah.
But
Damn, I thought that was required. Son of a bitch.
I feel like
If this guy is listening to this, he's probably crying. I feel so bad for making fun of him. He seemed like a nice guy, but it's just like when I'm sorry. It's my first or second day of college. I don't want to
listen
go
to
to a
slam
speaker.
poet. Or,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like if you're going to a slam poet, I feel like the demographic is usually people who are like, like the type of people that go to poetry things, like
or believe in marriage
believe
equality.
in, like, they lean,
But
lean a little left, maybe.
Right.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
I don't know. That
Not
is,
to get political or
that
anything.
is
but,
fun. That is funny.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I want to know how like they get these people. I mean, I'm assuming like the bands like we're all like local like college kids,
Mm-hmm.
but like how do they get that slam poet to come talk at like,
Yeah, they talked about. They talked about that somehow. I don't. They think they asked them a question at the end. Maybe about that, about how he ended up here.
or
But
like
I don't know. I always feel bad for like people like that who have to, like people who actually like do shit they enjoy, but then like they are like selling a book in the back and no one wants it.
No one. Well, okay, like no offense, dude, but it's not just you. Like I'm never gonna buy a poetry anthology from anyone.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
Just because like I'm never gonna read it unless it's like what's the one where the sidewalk Shel Silverstein.
Yes.
That guy's a beauty.
Wait, so if I wrote a poetry book and it was all like funny poems, you wouldn't
Okay,
buy that?
well, if I know you, I would probably.
Okay.
I still probably wouldn't read it, but like I'd buy it, and that's all you care about.
Okay. Well, okay,
You know,
okay.
just to help.
But that's just if it's a book. Like, let's say like I make a movie about a genre you're not interested in. Would you
Oh,
watch
I'd watch it. Yeah, I'd be like, oh shit,
It's
Lucas
okay.
made this.
No,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Do you have like an announcement or
Yeah,
something?
you're gonna dropping doing a vlog channel here.
Yeah.
Loudmouth.
Well,
Vlogs?
I always say that, like, I feel like I'm shitty with, like, my friend stuff. Like, I feel like I'm way behind on, like, McCoy's vlogs or whatever. And he's, like, my friend, you know? And I feel like I haven't seen a lot of those. And I, like... But then also at the same time, I feel like a lot of my friends don't listen to every podcast, and I don't blame them, because podcasts take a while to listen to.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to add. I have a 2-hour limit for YouTube on my phone.
Yeah.
Because I watched that thing in Psych
Yeah.
and like got scared.
The Social Dilemma.
Yeah, the social dilemma. I watched that and like, I don't know. I mean, I was on my that was quarantine too, so I was on my phone like way too much anyway. And like,
Bro,
no
you-
offense, but
you
I don't want to
been
waste
on-
an hour and a half of my YouTube time like just listening to
Fair enough.
Sanquist talk about absolutely nothing
Well, sometimes he's talking about something, but
most of the time.
if you said Carl is talking about nothing,
Oh
that's
yeah,
fair.
yeah. There we go. I'm like a big. Speaking of Carl, I'm like a big Gopher football fan, but I was also
Oh
kind
my
of hoping
fucking
we'd
God.
lose just so he would have to like.
When he keeps posting Rip Ohio State.
Well, it's
every
like,
day.
shut the fuck up.
I was
Who
like,
cares?
bro, I was like, bro, we are gonna get slaughtered, and we almost won, but like, I'm like, bro, we're gonna get murdered. Like, don't do this to yourself.
I don't know. I feel like. Never mind.
I think he does it for the meme.
I
which
don't
is
know.
fine.
I don't know dick about sports, other than Jason Kubel, but I feel like there comes a point where it's like, I don't know. I actually don't give a rat's ass about sports. So, and especially to the point where I wouldn't post about it on
Well,
Snapchat.
he's got a sports podcast, doesn't he?
No offense, Carl. That is something I have not listened to a single minute of that, and I feel like that is kind of up.
That's
my
the
alley,
thing.
too.
That's what I was just talking about. Like, that's another thing. If I made a movie about a genre you weren't interested in,
I would still watch.
you would still watch it. But I say that. Well, if you made a movie, it's one
Oh,
thing.
movies, yeah,
If
well-
Carl, I don't give a rat's ass about sports, so I'm not going to listen to Carl's sports podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like a movie
If
is
this-
like a one-time investment, though.
Right,
Podcast
true.
Is every week.
That is true. That it is something completely
Well,
different.
and like,
if I made a YouTube channel about,
I would
like-
not watch every single one of your videos, but
Okay.
I would watch some of them. If
Okay.
that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'll
Like-
probably now that I remember, I will probably go listen to Carl's last podcast.
you know what is a thing is when people ask me what is my podcast about, it's like
Nothing. Literally,
Yeah.
like it's just
funny stories.
it's just stories about us, my friends.
It's
It's
people
me and my
BSing.
friends talking. It's not like it's like. What if I was just like, oh yeah, it's a video game podcast? Then no one would fucking listen to it because you have to A, know me and care about me, and B, like video games.
I would never go on it because I mean maybe I would talk about like Wii Sports.
Yeah, I couldn't get any of my friends to be on it unless they talked about like Madden or some dumb sports game. No
Yeah.
offense.
Well, that's fine. like I don't know. I don't listen to the I that's about the only video game I play, and
Yeah.
I don't watch Madden on YouTube. I don't listen to like podcasts about it.
That's the thing. I hate I don't when people say like I feel like most podcasts aren't about something.
No, well, like Joe Rogan. I mean,
Joe Rogan's podcast is about whatever guest he
Yeah,
has on.
like-
I mean, it was until now it's all about fucking vaccine shits. No offense, Joe Rogan.
I mean, you want to come on the podcast?
Huh?
I said if Joe Rogan wants to come on.
Ugh.
Here's your.
Could you imagine if I was on Joe Rogan? If I was on the Joe Rogan Experience, I feel like it would be so terrible.
Imagine if Joe Rogan was on the Loudmouth podcast.
The Be Quiet podcast.
Or the fuck whatever it's called. See, exactly.
I wonder
That's
how many of
what-
my friends know what the name of the podcast is.
I
I
don't
can
know.
remember what it's called.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just because you were talking. I bet if I asked you a trivia question, what is the name of the podcast you've been on 6 times?
Yeah.
I bet
I've been
you'd be
on
like,
6 times.
Mm,
I'm trying to think. I was on with.
you've been on 1, 2. You've been on at least.
I think this is.
You've been on.
number
This is
5.
number 6 for you.
Okay.
Because you've been on with. You were on with Marcus and Carl
And
when we did when we read the book. You're on with Abby and Sandquist. You were on with
John.
You're on in the season 3 finale
at your house.
at my house, and then you were on the one with me, you, Sandquist, and Burrow.
Oh shit! I forgot about that. That was sick. I didn't even.
That was the
talk.
cop tributes episode. That was right as that was happening.
That was
Isn't that crazy that that's been that long?
cop tributes. That was during school still,
Mhm.
wasn't it? Because me and Sagos came straight from a baseball game. I went home and changed.
And of
He
course,
came-
Sandquist did not.
Came in his uniform. That is the thing. So so for work this year, like I worked it was 12 weeks, right? I worked
Mhm.
up until week 11, and then like I worked the Friday, and then I left Saturday. So like I
Mhm.
worked like basically until I couldn't. And we like needed people like weeks like 10 through 12, and so like I'm like, oh, Sandquist, you're gonna be a teacher, right? Like looks good on resumes and stuff. And he shows up, and like all the people like Brady actually worked with
Yeah.
us. And he like whatever shows up, like we're all like the counselors that have been there forever, like are pretty tight.
Mm-hmm.
And so like he gets done with his first day, and we all have like staff shirts, right?
Yeah.
Like I believe the core value for that day was honesty, so we wore blue shirts that day. And he goes to like a town like baseball game,
it goes to like a Mud Hens game, and one of the girls that I worked with has a boyfriend that played. I forget who he plays for, but like they played Meesville that night, and so Sandquist like is at the game. They just both like happen to be at the game at like the same time. And Sandquist is still wearing his camp blah 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 shirt from like 6 hours ago after we got off work. It's like 10 o'clock at night and we get off at like 4.
Yeah.
And he's like still wearing his shirt. I'm like, bro, you didn't go home like between here and the baseball game? It's just like, I will never understand it. Because I always like, I want to get out of that shit as soon as possible because I know I smell bad.
Yeah.
But like, he just doesn't care. I don't know. That's my Sandquist spiel for the day, I guess.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I've been taking like 3 showers every day that I've been here.
Yeah, that did surprise me. I said, like, have you showered yet, Temla? Obviously you had because it was like day 3 when I talked to you and you're like, oh, yeah, I took 3 today. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
It's kind of insane.
Well, I thought you were saying like you hadn't taken one yet. I was like,
well,
what the
no,
heck,
obviously
dude?
I take one every day.
Yeah,
so.
one or 2 a day.
Yeah.
Kind of depends, you know, how sweaty I get.
I don't do any, like, I don't get really like, sweaty at all, so.
I've been working out.
I mainly take a shower just because my hair looks like dog. My hair, like, gets so greasy.
Yeah, that's the
like,
thing. It's like...
even less than 24 hours, like, of just doing nothing, it'll get greasy.
I just get sand in my hair.
Yeah.
From all this volleyball and diving and whatever.
That's a big thing at UWEC, is big volleyball school, I guess.
Apparently.
I haven't seen a single piece.
What?
People play volleyball.
Have you looked outside your window, dude? Can you see the
What window do you have?
I probably can.
Not really.
Well, it's nighttime now.
Well, they have lights.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. But I haven't seen you guys play at all.
Anyway, yeah, that's another thing about my roommate is he like played varsity his senior year.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's like a big volleyball guy. So obviously when he's like planning stuff, he's gonna do stuff he's good at because that's what you do. And so like, it's ridiculous. Like my entire floor, like we just go play volleyball.
Oh, that sounds fun.
It's insane.
Well, thanks for being on, guys. It was short notice, but you know.
Hey, we're in town.
For sure.
Yeah. I'll let you know if I need another last minute one.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
Mm.
Roll golds, baby.
Yeah. Blue gold strong.
Oh yeah, that was a sick T-shirt.
What?
Did you run up the hill?
That was a sick shirt. Did you run up the hill?
Oh no. Is that like a thing? Is that actually a thing?
Yeah, I ran up the hill for free T-shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I did hear about that.
Yeah.
It was like when me and Willem were still moving in. I think I heard about that, and I was like, I'm not trying to do that.
It was on Monday. Yeah, it was like the first day. Anyway, also I'm over the hill. Like, it's not. It's just part of life now.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll update you guys throughout the fucking year on how the hill is treating us.
January's gonna suck, but we'll be alright.
Yeah, that is gonna be pretty shit. All right, well, thanks for listening.
Yeah.
That's episode 90. We're in the final stretch until the big 3 digits. You know, it's gonna be pretty epic.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, anyone have a funny outro to say? Someone want to say something funny to end the episode off? I'm sure that it doesn't have to be too funny because the fucking music is probably playing right now.
Yeah, I mean, this has been going on for like an hour and a half. People still listening.
Yeah, to the one of you that's still listening.
People are nostalgic because they miss Lucas and Tags and
the boys.
Yeah, people are like, I miss people from my hometown. Oh, listen to this podcast. Oh, I got homework to do. We'll do it at the same time.
Well, make good choices, people. That's about all I got.
That means you, Sandquist.